Hello, my marvellous sausages. Now, did you know that there are 95 exotic weapons in Destiny 2? So, if I was to ask you how many of those had built-in anti-champion mods, you know, anti-barrier, overload, and unstoppable, how many would you say? Just off the top of your head. Well, I was amazed to find out that it's only 7. Yeah, just 7. What about exotic armor? 108 exotic armor pieces in total, and only 2, yep, only 2 have anti-champion mods built in. So, here is a complete list of anti-champion exotics and armor in Destiny 2. So let's start with anti-barrier. Now, it's worth noting that anti-barrier doesn't just mean shooting through champion shields. It also works on a wide array of non-champion shields as well, except immune phase bosses who are always very annoying. So the first weapon with anti-barrier properties is the Arbalest Linear Fusion Rifle. This is a random drop, or if old Zerchops is selling it, you can pick one up there. It hits really hard, it's amazing at a distance, and it's got a catalyst that refunds your magazine from reserves. And another bonus of the weapon is that your energy weapon regenerates ammo as well when hitting a shield of a matching type. It's a multi-function anti-barrier bottom kicker, this is, plus it's got some spanking ornaments. The Eriana's Vow Solar Hand Cannon is a pocket sniper anti-barrier destroyer. Seems to have fallen out of favour recently, but great to have in your arsenal. It also has a catalyst that increases your magazine and adds auto-loading when it's stowed. It's a Shadowkeep exotic and can only be acquired through the exotic kiosk in the tower. The next anti-barrier exotic is the only sword in this list, and it's the Lament, a Beyond Light exotic that is currently acquired through an exotic quest that you collect from Banshee if you've bought the Beyond Light DLC. Now, you can rev the sword, which endows it with anti-barrier properties and also turns it into one of the most devastating exotics in the game. No catalyst for this baby yet, though. And finally, for anti-barrier exotics, we are going to have a new one added to the ranks in Season 18, the Wish Ender Bow. Now, this is tied to a quest in the Shattered Throne dungeon. It's a very nifty exotic that allows you to see enemies behind walls when the bow is drawn. It's going to be fantastic to have this as anti-barrier as well. Will give it a lot more utility in the game. Next, let's have a look at the overload rounds for staggering those bloody annoying overload champions. The first I want to show you is the Divinity Arc Trace Rifle, which is acquired through the Garden of Salvation raid. Amongst other things, of course, it's quite a drawn-out exotic quest to get it. It's in the Shadowkeep DLC. There's no catalyst for this one as yet, and a lot of people bloody love this rifle, so if you've got it, this is an excellent overload choice. Now, there will be 2 other exotic weapons having overload rounds added to them in Season 18. The only one at the moment is a Divinity Arc Trace Rifle. Now, the first one coming in Season 18 is the Thunderlord Exotic Machine Gun. I love this thing, but the longer you hold the trigger, it fires faster and becomes more accurate, plus kills also generate lightning strikes from above. This is a random exotic drop where it can be acquired from Zer by buying an exotic engram, or if he's selling it straight up. Now, the Thunderlord with Arc 3.0 and overload rounds is going to make this a very strong choice for higher level content. It's amazing and I love it. The other weapon to get overload rounds is the Luminarch Bow, or the Lemon Bow as it's called affectionately on stream with me. It fires poison arrows that spread with precision hits, and it also has catalyst that adds health regeneration on multiple kills. This is an awesome bow. It's one of my favourites, and with the overload rounds, it's always going to be stowed in my Guardian's kegs, and the poison spreads the overload a lot quicker as well, and it keeps the overload up and up and up. It's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. It can be purchased from the exotic kiosk under the Forsaken exotic section. Now, the final exotic in the overload section isn't a weapon at all, but a set of leg exotics for the Warlocks. It's called the Secant Filaments. Now, these are world drops again, and your best bet to get them is to run a Legend Lost Sector on leg day. Now, these babies give any weapon you have overload rounds, and I mean any weapon. All you have to do is plop down an Empowering Rift, and anyone who fires from within the rift will gain overload rounds in the weapon that they are using. So, overload rounds on your Galahorn or your Xenophage? Yes, please. Plus, it also grants Devour. I just want to ask you, if you're enjoying the video so far, give me a like below. That will be really helpful and really helps the video out. And finally, we have unstoppable rounds. So, first off, we have the Bastion fusion rifle. I haven't used this in bloody ages. Now, this fires 3 kinetic slugs, and when charged, will stop those unstoppables in their tracks. There's no catalyst for this as yet, and it can be bought from the tower kiosk under the Shadowkeep section. The Devil's Ruin sidearm, introduced all the way back in Season of the Dawn, and again purchasable in the exotic kiosk under the Shadowkeep section. Standard shots aren't unstoppable, but the exotic perk called Close the Gap allows you to hold the trigger, build up a charged laser shot, and that is unstoppable. Cop that, you relentless turds! The Leviathan's Breath exotic bow. Now, this came in Season of the Undying, so you can pick it up again from the exotic kiosk, again under the Shadowkeep section. It shoots huge arrows that are unstoppable, and since it's buff, also adds an explosion as well as creating a concussive blast. It comes with a catalyst that gives you a bigger quiver size and also adds Archer's tempo, so it fires faster with every precision hit. It's an unstoppable murderer. The next one is a weapon that will have unstoppable rounds as of Season 18. Now, this is the Malfeasance Hand Cannon. This is acquired through an exotic questline that drops when you're playing Gambit matches. Not only is this just a joy to use, it's a formidable weapon with its exotic perk, Explosive Shadow. This means its bullets burrow into the enemy, and when you've stacked enough of them on top of one another, it causes an explosion. Well, this explosion is what will have the overload properties. We'll just have to see how well that works as Season 18 progresses. The final unstoppable is the only other exotic armor piece with anti-champion abilities, and it's called, here we go with the pronunciation, Athris Embrace or Arthur's Embrace. Well, they're gauntlets and they're for the hunters. Now, these were seasonal exotics, so you have a chance of them dropping as an exotic engram in-game, but the primary source is running Legend or Master Lost sectors when it's a day for gauntlets. This one can be a little fiddly. You need to have the weighted knife on, and then when you make some precision hits, you get the strengthened knife buff that you can see on the screen here, and then that's when the unstoppable actually activates. Not ideal when you're panicking and a huge ogre is looking to punch your head through your anus. What exotic would you like to see having a champion ability added? Weapon or armor? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage out.